Yo, 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 what it do, big LV, big four, by the people, for the people in this theater. It's for the real only channel. It's not a game, it's not a test. This is the real thing, as you know. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, man. Email me, ivtherealonly@gmail.com. Anybody want to support the channel, Cash App, JBARMS. But we going to get right into it, man. We're here to talk about today, uh, appreciate your supporters, appreciate your support system, online and offline. It doesn't matter. Any of us who've had to navigate this life or navigate any type of challenging setting, whether it's a job or whatever, um, have had to navigate that alone or semi alone. We know how hard and difficult it can be. Support is not guaranteed. You're not guaranteed to have support or supporters, and it is a blessing to have support or supporters. As long as it's no one that's negative or being negative or has any ill will or ill intention to, try to do any harm or cause any trouble in your life or is a threat to your overall peace. Or, and I'm going to say this because a lot of times in life, people, they, they're trying to hide or, whatever they're trying to do. They may be doing something that they don't want other people to see or they don't want other people to know. So you're a threat to them on that tip. You're not doing anything wrong, but they choose to interpret it as being wrong. So let's get that out. So as long as ain't nobody a threat to you, listen, having supporters and a support system is a blessing. When that's there, you never betray that, first of all. So uh I want to talk about YouTube. Listen, all of us on here that are creators are basically this thing is a grind, it's a struggle. I tell people all the time, you're not guaranteed to have a support system on here. It's people on here that I've seen with good content who can't even get 100 or 1,000 subs. I've seen it, and they're struggling and trying all they can, um, and they just don't have the support. Uh, and then it's people on here who have support and they treat the people who are their supporters like shit, and I just don't understand it, you know. And then like for example, I have people who are supporters of mine, and some people choose not to like the people, some of my supporters, and I may notice they treat my supporters a certain way or behave a certain way toward my supporters, or maybe many of us have spoken outside of our lives or Friday night lives or whatever, and people have made complaints about supporters and things of that nature. But I never ignore that. I can't even entertain that for 1 minute. I don't. I'm not being an a hole, but I don't care what you like because this is someone that's supporting me. This is someone that's showing me love, and I can't. As long as I know it's coming from a genuine place and they not trying to cause no type of confusion or drama, then I'm not gonna portray them or turn my back on them or act funny with them just because you don't like them. And I know because I pay attention to everything. It's been times where I've had certain supporters on the panel and I'll see numbers decline or things like that and I still don't care. Like that these are my supporters. So it's like, if you don't rock with the people who support me, you don't rock with me at the same time. So I came here to kind of laugh at the same time, and you know what I'm saying. I was eating some popcorn. You know what I'm saying. I was watching a little something on here. Hey, they bailing out of that chat. You know what I'm saying. You bailing out early because they bailing out. Like you got to appreciate when you got support and a support system in life and on this YouTube as a creator. And I'm talking about a particular creator. Um, I follow a lot of channels, but I'm following this one channel. Usually, what attracts me to a creator on a channel is if I see, they going live and they seem to be genuine and humble, good natured people. with a perspective and something to talk about, and things like that. And I see potential in them and I like them as individuals, that will typically make me subscribe and start tapping in and checking in on them and seeing how they're doing. And if I have more subs than them, I'm gonna try to assist them, whether it's and engaging because whether we like it or not, even when the trolls come through and they spam and then they leaving all them comments, that's engagement. That's healthy for a channel. That's good for a channel. So even if it's talking to them, because I see no one else is talking much or no one's engaging with them like that, I may talk. I may uh collab with you. I may say get stream you. I come on your live. You come on my live. It's all in networking and collaborating as creators. It's good for all parties involved, especially those who lack a real support system, whether it's because your content, people just ain't really into what you talking about like that, or because you are new and you're just struggling as a newer channel. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when people first start going live, they trying to find their foot in the web. But this channel, I've seen this individual say they got a lot of channels. This individual, is on this channel. So I go by, I see all the things that I go for, and when I like a person's content, so I start to tap in on there. So I'm noticing that the person when I'm on there is jumping off the live, in 2 minutes because they're bringing up these topics and no one is really biting on the topics. They might talk about the topics, but the topic is like the person has like I guess, um, from a distance, you would probably feel like this person has like a more of a nerd type of personality, or like a goody two shoes type of personality. But I like the person as a creator, and I felt like they had a lot of potential. So I'm watching this, and I'm watching not many numbers, and then if it is 4 or 5, they decline very fast because the subject matter and the way it's being tackled just ain't hitting. And then it's so I'm like, okay, so I'm peeping that. So I decide to tap in and jump in and help the person out. So I jump in, and I immediately notice that when I'm in there telling my jokes and bringing up different things to talk about and adding the 2 cents, there's actually a dialogue being created where there was none before. And I'm noticing, paying attention to the eye in the sky, like I always tell people and other creators, always pay attention to that eye in the sky. That eye in the sky is what tells the whole story. You don't want to see it declining too much. You want to see it steady. I have been blessed to where when I go live and 99% of the time, I have a consistent amount of people that watch and may be in that chat at one time. It may decline 2 or 3 people. If it's been a long time, then it may decline or whatever. That's natural. But some people, when you notice right away you talking about something, and after a couple minutes, people just start jumping out and the numbers start declining, bail out of that conversation, change the subject, do something different. Because that's the whole point. If you're a creator, the whole point is to keep them numbers as solid as you can keep them while you on there on that live. So I'm seeing a person up here talking, and they're clearly struggling because no one's engaging and jumping right off the live, and because they're basically, and let me say this to creators out there, just because you got 1 or 2 people or 0 people don't mean bail out of your live. I've seen creators get on here and tell other people they need to talk, they need to entertain, they need to come up with something to talk about. No, you come up with something to talk about. This is your live. You entertain us with your conversation. We don't have to make up nothing for you. We don't have to do anything but sit here and be entertained and hopefully support. So I've seen creators, this person in particular, and other creators jump off like, "Oh, well, since no one's saying anything, or since you're so quiet, since why ain't anyone saying anything, and all this and that." Like you're responsible for your content. So sometimes I get up here by hook or by crook. I'm gonna find something to speak about or talk about because this is my channel. And then once you start doing that, you'll see people start to give their feedback. And if you see they not giving feedback and you see that eye in the sky dwindling, switch the subject. And trust me, pay attention to the eye in the sky. Back to what I'm saying, we're gonna go ahead and hit the home run with this here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching, and so I decided to jump in because I'm seeing, individuals having a hard time or whatever. So you could see the numbers stall. Now the person ain't got that many, you know, subs where they got less than me. You know what I'm saying? So sitting at about 700 something or whatever. So I go on there, so I'm talking, and then I'm noticing 7 or 8 people. The chat numbers go up, and they start to stay there because I'm joking. We talking about a variety of topics when before what you were talking about wasn't working, and you wasn't talking right, so everybody was dropping out. So this is going on for a while, and then I noticed the person starts to get more comfortable on that channel. And once they start getting more comfortable, you start to see more people engaging. But still, I'm always there. You know. So peep this, right? So the person starts to come out of their shell a little bit more, and you can hear them start to talk a little. Talk their shit a little. So I'm telling them, I'm egging them on. I'm in the comments, yeah, talk your shit. Yeah, go ahead. Oh, that's what's up. Da, 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 da. Yep. Da, da, da. I'm co-signing what they saying and everything. Trying to push them. You know what I'm saying? So you see people start engaging with them a little bit. It might have been kids here and there. It might have been who knows? Like how it could be sometimes with these trolls, but it all contributes in its own way. So I peeked recently. The person was like, talking their shit, getting a little cocky. So I'm like, man, all of a sudden they went from having no moderators to having moderators or one or two moderators. I'm not one of them. I don't care to be one. I don't give a damn about no wrench. So turns around, I'm on they live the other day. You could tell when somebody start to kind of sort of feel themselves. They going live more and everything. It's an engagement now. So I'm on the live the other day, and one of the moderators and another person is in the chat, and I'm pretty sure it was like a kid or two in the chat too, and they were spamming the hell out that chat, like leaving 50,000 little dumb remarks, and it was like some kitty child's play. So I'm saying in the comments like these are children, like it's kids in here, and then I even asked them why are y'all spamming her chat like that, you know? And this one of these people got a wrench. So uh I went on the channel earlier this week, and I commented, and I was commenting. Now this person naturally has a lot of words blocked, so it's hard to even communicate in that chat. So sometimes you got to word things a certain way. So I'm trying to say basically hello, and I'm noticing my comments ain't being left. And you know how it says say hi in the chat, and if you hit it, it'll say hi for you. I'm noticing it's not doing that. So I quickly say, damn, I must be blocked. So I quickly feel like, okay, uh, whoever it is, this person that just got this wrench just blocked me or something. So the person whose channel it is, they know both of my channels. They know Chef O and For the Real. I go on there for the real. So I switch over to Chef O channel, same thing. Now I know damn well, unless this person was in the bushes, this person who got the wrench, unless they was in the bushes and just happened to know, are both of my channels blocked? So that's weird to me. So but whatever. But either way, I just don't see that as being possible. I think that was if I remember correctly, that person who has the wrench is like a new person or whatever. Because when I made the remark about the chat being spammed, they stopped commenting. So I know they saw it and just like, but see, this is what I'm talking about when you give these people these wrenches behind the scenes. But either way, that's your responsibility. If somebody menacing your channel, blocking your people, or doing any type of shady, sketchy shit on your channel that you don't approve with, then you should be getting them out of there. You should also be checking to make sure. That's how I knew. I remember Real was blocked. I don't know how Real got blocked, but I think somebody, before I gave him a wrench, I think somebody, because you can see people in the comments and block them from the comments. You know what I'm saying? So and hide them. So I guess that must have been how they did it. Because I doubt I would have missed it, but I'm not saying I didn't miss it during the chat or whatever. So, uh, but still, you responsible for that. So anyway, um, I'm blocked from both channels. So I'm like, wow. So I don't know what's going on. So I've been paying attention, and this individual going live, and they going live, and I ain't in there no more. So me, I know it's because of me why the engagement was getting better because I was coming in there talking and joking and having people laughing and interacting with other people that was in the chat coming by. So I go in there and I see that I ain't there. So I'm seeing people coming in and engaging because the person been doing better. So you see people coming in, and then we back to the regular script now. People is coming in and being in there for 2 minutes and then like, oh, okay, but just stopping by, bye. And the individual that own the channel like, okay, bye. So they leaving right out the channel and the numbers is dwindling. And then the person again reaching for topics, reaching for straws to no avail. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, you guys, I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. You guys have anything to talk about? Do you guys have, is anything wrong? Oh, you guys want to talk about anything? Then this your channel. What you got to talk about? You know what I'm saying? So I see that, and I'm seeing they saying this, and it's like one or two people, and one person. It's either me and another person. Nobody else is in there. Everybody bailed out. So now you had started being live for 1, 2, and 3 hours, and now you back to being live for 20 minutes and 30 minutes. You done dwindled again because you bailing out of the live because you got nothing to talk about and you don't know how to keep your audience engaged. Meanwhile, you got somebody with a wrench that just knocked the person off that was helping with that. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta appreciate your support. Whether she know it happened or not, you should be good about that and you should be checking. You should know. I know the people on my channel who got wrenches. That's why when Real popped up, I had to go back and look through and I knocked a couple people off. The rest of them is people I know, okay, these ain't these, wrench gang, these people ain't gonna fuck around. You know what I'm saying? And but it was a couple people who I wasn't so sure about who I just gave wrenches because they was popping up. So them, I got them out of there, and I check frequently now to make sure nobody has been deleted. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you gotta appreciate your support on here, no matter what and that's a way. Make sure you protect your supporters too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate your supporters over here, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate you. You got to appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, it ain't guaranteed on here. You know what I'm saying? Good supporters will make you or break you. And that's what you're here for. You're a creator. You got a channel. I'm not interested in being a mod on that channel, and I'm not gonna be supporting that channel moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not. Yeah, I ain't gonna do that one because, like I said, no matter what the situation was, you know what I'm saying. I personally think along the lines of a motherfucker finally was seeing some steam and finally seeing a little progress and finally seeing a little growth and probably was getting a little idea by the way I was talking to okay, I pulled them out of their shell. They started talking with a little more oomph and a little more pizzazz, where before it was like, oh, oh, and when I was growing up, I was in the school and I was, and then I popped in and started being, yeah, 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 da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So once they seen, oh, okay, I got a little bump going on now. I was like, all right, I don't need this motherfucker. All right, bye. You know what I'm saying? And look at here, looky. You know what I'm saying? Looky. I know the power of a person in the chat. Sometimes you might get stuck. Sometimes you may not have much to talk about, and it'll be somebody that'll add something to the conversation or bring up something that'll keep you rolling. The next thing you know, you going, you steamrolling. You just okay. I thought I was done at 30 minutes, but this person went to talking about this, or this person added this perspective in, and now look, I've been here 2, 3 more hours. Now, when you're trying to get watch hours But when you monetize and trying to get paid, that means a lot. So, like I said, we ain't gonna be too much long with it. We at 20 minutes and 5 seconds. Big IV, big four by the people for the people. This is the For the Real on the channel. Not a game, not a test. It's the real thing. Like, share, and subscribe. You want to support the channel? Cash App, JBARMS, the box, voice box Kang in this motherfucker. And whoever don't like it, oh well. You seen my face millions of times. You know what I look like. We did Friday night lives every Friday. We did lives from work every morning. You know what I look like. You know, when you see me on here, I'm either sitting back with my feet kicked up, or I got my phone down and my Bluetooth and I'm talking, so I don't got to hold my phone, or I'm laying down relaxing. And the lights might be off. I don't need no camera in my face every second for me to come talk to nobody. You know what I'm saying? So the voice box Kang, and I'm going live tonight, Friday night live. I'ma holler at y'all, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Peace.